Hey, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIII. This time I've got Brett instead of Wyatt.
Hello, we got somebody who actually enjoys the game here this time.
We've traded the
See how...
skeptic for the recommender.
Yeah. We'll see if that changes anything.
Apparently this time, I think I'm running away from the objective marker, but still. I do just want to...
for me to see, you dingus.
Oh, I do gotta do that. Let me quickly have that. No, I don't want to exit the game. Final Fantasy XIII. Please don't make me choose this. No. Okay, we're good.
I can't see anything but crystal. It's pretty and all.
There we go. All right, we're all set up.
Too.
Yeah, this area is very pretty. I love this like
good
second
looking.
area compared to the first Gray City.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like even a lot of games from this generation tend to look like very blech nowadays, but I think this one really holds up. I mean, obviously you're playing it on like a nicer, newer PC, so yeah, it's gonna be.
I'm playing on something that can run this at a locked 60.
Yeah,
compared
but
to
like
when it
even
came
just
out.
like. Yeah,
But I haven't
just...
installed any graphics mods, so there's nothing graphical going on here. This is just what the game looks
Yeah,
like.
that's... You can make it look even better if you wanted to, and download like the terabytes of high-res models and textures that people have compiled. Oh god, I love this battle theme so much.
It's very good. So Brett, I want you to understand why Wyatt and I were having problems at the end of it. Is because I think, as you can see right now, I've got 3 things I can do. Which is auto battle and then like one ability per character.
Yeah, and you had it going on auto battle for most of the time, right?
Well, there was no point in not doing that, because it was literally most characters had one attack and then maybe a grenade or like an AoE thing.
Yeah, and they don't enforce like the timing stuff at all at the beginning.
Yep, and there was no paradigm shifting, which just got added. This is literally right after that tutorial, which already I think feels much better. My little orb chest.
Yeah, when they now that combat has started to open up more, like at all, aka.
I just want to point out, Brett, just pay attention to what happens when I select this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The infinite amount of entertainment that we got out of this animation happening every time.
It's amazing. This game is like the most like this is the PS3 aesthetic firing on all cylinders in every single way that could possibly mean something. Like it. Yes, it's gorgeous. There's bloom everywhere, but also sometimes Vanille just has the fluoride stare because isn't it so stylish how lightning turns to the right like that? It's so cool, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's so fucking funny.
Can I find? Someone has one that's really funny. I think it's Say's. Yeah, he's just mid-sentence.
Yes, Saz, they did not even get like. He's not even in like a flattering cutscene at all for that. I don't know what they were thinking. I would be very interested to see somebody do like a super mega deep dive of this game's development just to see like what went, like who to blame for the UI, because it's not bad, it's just really funny.
Okay, they didn't tell me I could do this, and I'm already very happy.
Yes, you can go crazy with the paradigms. This makes me a lot more happy than 12's Gambit system, because it just feels like you have more like direct input in this game with how the combat works. And it was really fun to, especially for like harder bosses where you really have to think like, okay, what exactly do I need for this? It's really fun to make paradigms for those.
Yeah.
The only times that that system really screws you over, and probably even without me saying this, you would probably have been like, oh man, this kind of stinks. they'll sometimes throw you into a required battle, and then you'll be like, oh, well, I know exactly what paradigms I would need to make this easy, but I am now in the required battle and can't make it because I'm just stuck here. So you have to like lose first, and then after you lose, they're like, okay, would you like to make your paradigms down? It's like, yeah, well, like would have preferred this happened before. Yeah. If they didn't, that would be like game breaking. But
I'm trying to do the thing where you pull out your weapon and attack them. I keep hitting X to do it because I'm used to it in every other JRPG from this era, having that be a thing.
Final Fantasy II has that, but that's Final Fantasy XIII too has that, but that's Final Fantasy XIII too. Cool.
They're just interesting designs. I think 13 has a good sense of aesthetic, even if it's not necessarily my thing.
That's a lot of enemies.
Yeah, it is really far.
Style.
Yeah, it's very far in one direction. So if it's something that you vibe with, it'll be like hell yeah. But if not, then there's no chance.
Is this what we're doing?
There's something.
Is this
there's some type of there we go.
The solution?
First try.
Why can Vanille walk across it? What?
Because Vanille is not held back by heavy things like caring and intelligence.
That was one of the most baffling things I've ever run into. Truly baffling.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, every time they try to do like anything even semi-platformy with this game, it's very much like, why?
To stop us from putting it to good use.
Stick to what you're good at, Square. Keep the platforming for the platformers. And Final Fantasy XIV's jumping puzzles.
Necessary. Yeah, I think mostly it's just in this area because it's so like wiggly and wavy.
Ragnarok. That's the reason
when Snow's theme starts playing, you know some fucking stupid shit is gonna be said.
Why don't you give us one reason to believe that? One reason. Sarah. She said to protect Cocoon, and then she turned to Crystal. That's the proof right there. She completed her focus. That means ours is to save Cocoon.
I love this like 2000s hype music going on.
Yeah, you need to understand that's his theme in the soundtrack. That's Snow's song. This will not be the last time you hear this. This will probably be the first of like 10.
What the hell it does? You're grasping at straws, son. Post-Falsi are Cocoon's enemies. We just got recruited by one of them. If I were a betting man, I'd put us on the other side. So Sarah's an enemy too? Well, I don't buy it. We have the power to save Cocoon if we work together and carry out our focus.
The Falsi took Sarah from us, and you want to help it? Whose side are you on?
Freeze!
I do love the gas mask aesthetic.
Yeah, the soldiers are cool.
This goon's looking straight out of some sci-fi MMO. Defiance or something.
Yeah. Some weird like Korean MMO.
Are you talking back to me?
Nice gun.
Thank you, Lightning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lightning. Hell yeah.
Alright. Is it... Wait. Is it just giving me a tutorial on how to do commands?
Yes, but also there's more to it than just that. It sounds really silly.
Okay.
So, okay, you don't have to wait for the ATB gauge to fill entirely. Because it's broken up into 3 things, you can wait for just like 1 or 2 to fill after you put in attacks. And when you press Y, it'll just execute whatever attacks are in the bar for that, like up to that point. So it'll take less time to do. And sometimes, like, especially when you get to the point where you're juggling enemies midair, because you get to the point where you can do that, timing that as like it goes hand in hand with doing commands early before your ATB bar fills up. And yeah, the order of certain things is important too. So now basically never use auto battle ever again. I do not know why they put that first, because it sucks and it's really it's like it's the worst thing they could have put in this game, because I feel like that's why a lot of people don't like it.
Let me see if there's something to make it so my cursor doesn't auto default to auto battle.
Yeah, I think there actually is one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Guys in SciComm, yeah?
I think Final Fantasy VII, the original, had that. So.
Yeah, but SciComm's an anti-pulse task force. Haven't fought a war in centuries. Bunch of rookie troops swinging around overpriced toys.
So, from what you're telling me, sounds like a regular old soldier has got more training than special forces.
Nothing for us Lassie to be afraid of.
Cut the crap. Their grunts might be green, but SciComm's elites are cold-blooded beasts. They hit the field and it's game over.
Like a video game?
Then let's run
Yeah,
away.
so those are the regular Shinra troopers, and then the other ones are the Turks.
Hey, wait!
Yes.
What's a man to do?
Man, I miss polygon shoulders. So they spent 90% of the polygon budget on the face and hair, and then everything else.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. The hands in this game are like worse than Halo 3. It's great. Oh, don't forget to go to settings. There definitely should be one.
Bill.
Yeah, there you go.
I think we're good. I will say the camera is also loosely infuriating because it seems to just kind of do whatever it wants.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's fixable.
I do not think so. In combat, I genuinely don't remember it being that, like, all over the place, but I don't know if that's, like, a legitimate Xbox versus PC thing, because I know there are genuine, like, the game runs completely differently, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so to replace my middle command with a 2-1.
Well, that wasn't scary at all.
I still don't understand how Vanille's staff works.
Yeah.
That's a weapon design that I...
It's very interesting. I think it's supposed to be like a fishing thing.
But it's got like 5 lines that spin out.
You see, if I remember correctly, you see its like intended use later in a cutscene. At least for me, I was like, oh, that makes a little bit more sense than it just being some weird like. It's a dream catcher, but an addle and a slingshot and whatever the fuck, like 50 other things put together.
Yeah, this game is just very pretty.
Mm-hmm. The vibes are immaculate.
I'm a big fan of ice areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so right there, you wouldn't have had to wait for the last bar to fill up. You could just press Y.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. There you go. It happened right as it almost did, so I could tell. But yeah, it took me. I just like was like, oh, I've played video games before. I know how this works. And I didn't get to doing that all the time until way later, but it is very useful. Also, potions healing everybody, they literally stay useful until the end of the game.
Yeah, I get the sense this is very much a potion spam game.
Yeah, they're in at least the speedrun stress, especially. Yeah, they just necessitate that you have a bunch of potions because of that all heal.
I don't know why I picked Blitz. That was really a choice on a single target. Just a lot of stuff is going on.
Yeah.
During combat in this game, and not in like it's complicated way, but in there's a lot to look at, and I don't know where my eyes should be.
Yeah, it's pretty like overwhelming for the senses.
Want the loot?
They definitely because the whole like pitch for this game, there's like an E3 trailer, and that was all they had of the game for like a while, and that was what they showed to Square Enix, and it was just like it's a cutscene that like the final version remained in the game that you'll get to way later, but it's basically just like Lightning doing like an anime fight through a bunch of guys, and it's just really, again, like super spectacle heavy. She's like flipping all over the place and using the gun blade and stuff. So they were definitely just like, how do we make it look like that? And it does make it look really cool, but also it can be very sensory overload in a lot of ways.
Do I only have thunder? Is this all I can do?
For now, yeah.
Take my thunder.
Nice thunder. Once this battle's done, also I want you to check something for me.
It's effective on these guys. I actually have to hit the button.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're just gonna ignore that rating and move on.
It's fine.
I will take nothing less than an S+.
Go to your menu real quick.
First.
Yeah, open the orb. Oh, silver bangle. Gotta throw that on. And then go to your Crystarium when you're done with it.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain something with the Crystarium, Brett, and why you might be looking at something that there's probably a lot I can do here, because for some reason when Wyatt and I played this game, none of the button prompts showed up.
Oh.
So I could not tell how to control.
That's a Final Fantasy 13 PC port moment. That's for sure. That's for sure.
It's there now.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, so that's really good. You just get free ATB upon killing something.
Yeah.
So eventually, this is how you get something more than just lightning on lightning. But obviously, it doesn't make sense for her to have that first, I guess.
Going on.
What are you trying to do?
I can get water.
Yeah. I don't know, the Final Fantasy game with water in it is very, very strange.
Should probably check in on these ones too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or generally Sentinel. All of this is unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
They
who's
they
getting
give you
out?
those for free because Sentinels suck. Spoiler alert, especially Snow.
Good way or bad way?
Bad. I don't think. I think the only time I ever even had Snow on the screen, other than when he was required, was to I'm bored and he has 9,000 unused Crystarium points, so I'm just gonna hold the button for a really long time and then be very satisfied.
Hmm.
There is a better Snow that you get, the only character you don't have right now.
Fang.
Yeah. She's
I
literally
have
the better
played
Snow in
this
every way.
back in the time that it released.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I
I've
just
got
wasn't sure how
some
far you got.
loose familiarity. I think I got to the point where Fang joined the party.
Gotcha.
But I also remember literally nothing after arriving on ice.
Okay.
So I think I'm operating under the very same conditions as having not played the game, basically.
That's fair.
I just
And
know
don't
the
forget your
names of the
bangle.
characters. I'm gonna continually mess that up of not pressing start.
Yep.
I've got a power wristband.
It's probably better for sure.
They're kind of the tank right now. Do that until I
It's
replace
better than
it.
what he already has, yeah. Does Vanille have anything? I don't mean to backseat, but just
I
to
think she
out of
did. I gave her
curiosity.
something. Do what I gave her. I welcome backseat.
Oh, good, good, good.
Yeah, I would rather she has improved potions. That seems more useful.
Well, actually, she can't throw them. So
You know what?
maybe that's not a good idea. Actually, I just realized.
Can I change party leader right now? I don't think so.
No, not yet. That's I don't think you could do that until way later because they have story specific
Oh, perfect.
loadouts for a lot of the time.
Okay, we're gonna give you a bangle then. You're demoted from potion duty.
Enjoy your more health.
I can just tell, I do have a vehement hatred of save points. In all their forms.
Why?
Primarily because I play a lot of games on PC.
Okay.
So, if I have to do anything else, I have to keep going until I hit a save point.
Yeah.
That's the only downside. I don't hate them as a design choice, but I think at least give me like an exit save, right? Let me quit the game and have it save there, so I just come back to there.
Yeah, like Weird, doesn't
isn't it?
like Persona 4 Golden have that or whatever? It will just like hold the game where you last
I know
left
all the
it.
Dynasty Warriors games have it.
Okay. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Short stuff?
Hope best time.
What about her?
What about her?
Totem Security Regiment. She goes by Lightning. Last name's Farron. First, anybody's guess.
Vanille.
I really do love how Lightning is just Cloud.
Good to meet you.
At least at this
Yeah.
point.
For right now, she does seem very similar.
It's not right. My kids have to get dragged into this.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder whose fault that is. Hmm.
Problem with that is, you're one of them.
Hey,
Trying to take on the post-foul C. That was our first mistake. You should have left it to the Sanctum. Why not? I mean, we've counted on the Sanctum's foul C for food, water, everything we've needed since the time we were born.
but you still helped us do it. Why is that? Gotta be something.
There might have been. Not so sure anymore.
A little just Western theme going on too.
Mhm.
Give me that harmonica whistling.
There used to be an army outpost around here somewhere. But I guess it'd be out of commission now anyway.
And I love the look of these waves. Ice crashing.
Mhm.
This is like
wrong way,
the
by
other
way.
one good thing about Redfall is
Oh yeah. Oh my
that
god.
opening bit
It's
with
like
the
Redfall
ice
2.0.
waves. Very
Yep.
cool. Am I going backwards?
Yeah. The
No.
little arrows pointing to where you have to go on the
I figured that
circle.
out, and then I was like, wait a minute, why am I just going
Yeah.
the opposite direction? I was like, look at the pretty colors.
I'm so distracted by the blue bloom.
But the blue that isn't just like the weird electric blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's very close.
The 9 trillion polygon ice crystals.
Guess they're hunting down the apes survivors now.
Many dogs. Here we go. I can beat up the dogs, but not the other things.
Weird frogfish people.
Frogfish toad. That's discouraging.
Don't sweat it.
They're just being nice.
Oh, I'm sure the 2 chests here is just being nice.
50 whole gil. Oh my god.
What am I gonna do?
So much money.
Where is it gonna go?
Ooh, nice.
Let's see, like, what's the damage loss if I blitz? Is it any damage loss? Or just the double time? My stat
know.
mind is going, I need to test everything. I have to break it.
Oh, just wait until you get poison on Vanille, because this is a good game. It's the percentage of health debuff and not like a straight up number.
Perfect.
So it's fucking awesome. You can just destroy bosses with it. Literally turn that man to shadow.
These guys suck.
Yeah, I know.
They're very bad.
They're just regular old boys, and you're Lassie now. Don't you understand?
Yeah, so I'm a soldier?
No, completely different. Not at all.
Say that goes on Vanille. Are Vanille's basic attacks with this even magic?
No, they're regular attacks.
I'm gonna use the other weapon for her.
Yeah, but well, so okay, Ravager. As a Ravager, you have like a physical like go up and bonk attack, but you also have a ranged attack, and that ranged attack is magic, and Ravagers can also pick from whatever element they have.
I'll have to like try to notice what she's doing.
Yeah, I think the AI is pretty smart in this game when it comes to anything other than healing.
Yeah, I feel like it
So
kind of
I-
has to be when you can't control them.
Yeah. But I feel like she would know. She probably knows what to do. I don't remember having trouble with her like doing what she very obviously should
Back
be
to
doing.
the
and
pre-rendered
running in.
cutscenes looking worse than the game.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Sarah.
Sarah! Sarah. I'll get you out of there. Thanks.
I
I'm helping.
want to know what Snow's plan is. because it doesn't seem like it's working.
Yep.
This is goodbye.
Lightning! You're just gonna leave her?
SciComm will be here soon. If they find us, we're all dead. You think Sarah'd want that? You think you know how she feels?
If I leave her, then I'll never know. We'll be fine. I can handle anything they throw at us. No one will die. I'll protect Sarah and Cocoon.
Does she
Not even the one punch. Two of them.
Yeah, they.
You can save her!
What can you
3.
do?
Whatever it takes!
That's not an answer.
Yep, that's no.
So, that's not a plan.
You two are hopeless. You just can't admit it. You want to stay as much as he does. Huh? Whoa, whoa. No, no! No, 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 not now!
This is really something to start out on.
Hope you remember the first boss of the game because he's back.
I was already given this tutorial.
But yeah, this is specifically for stagger, which also you like when it says this enemy has a lot of HP and you should probably stagger it, the game will kill you if you don't.
Yeah.
So it's
So
one of
this is
those.
Armored Core.
Yes, but it's single player only, so it works as intended all the time.
I don't know, Armored Core Stagger doesn't seem like it always works in single player either.
I uninstalled that shit the other day. I had been playing multiplayer so much and I gave up forever.
I don't know, I love that game, but I'm also very excited for Gundam Breaker 4 to hopefully just have something else. I like mech games, and I like my difficult games. I don't always like them to be the same thing.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's different. And I do still love the single player, it's just multiplayer that I've fallen out of love with. Nice.
Oh, lightning
Yep.
just
I
died.
can't stop now.
Come on, lightning, you can not get one shot next time.
The train fell too. I wonder what else is down here.
I'm also so curious about what Vanille's accent is supposed to be.
I know the voice actress is Australian, but yeah, it's it's interesting.
Because it's not regular Australia. There's another layer going on there.
Yeah, because they also the direction they gave to her was like, yeah, well, in the Japanese she has all these little anime noises she does, so do those also. Like they didn't just not do that; they told her to do that. So interesting, very interesting.
Okay, regular attacks are better than magic.
There we go. He's done it.
I was experimenting to see which of Lightning's attacks actually was doing the most damage, which meant I needed everyone else to stop. Okay.
And I'm glad the boss cooperated because that would have been really annoying if it didn't. But
Let's cooperate for a second so I can beat on you and figure out my damage stats.
yeah, and you can there's like depending on what kind of build you end up doing with her, you can make her more magic focused because that's like further on in the Crystarium. There's certain things you can prioritize. What?
I cast Libra. I don't think it did anything.
Oh, so okay. Yeah, a little menu popped up, but I think you might have pressed a button right after it did. But also, the interesting thing about Libra in this game is that it means you as a human being learn something about the enemy, but it also automatically makes sure that your AI friends know exactly what it's weak to. So they'll switch to using better abilities against something that you Libra.
So we're operating on Dragon's Dogma rules.
I suppose so.
You're leaving?
So I just need. What are you gonna do? What? Literally any plan.
But without tools, we could be digging for days. The army's on our trail. So for now, we gotta keep moving. For now.
So I just abandoned her and saved myself?
What about your focus? What happened to banding together and saving the world? Isn't that what you promised? Now you want to forget it all and die right here? Snow, you're nothing but talk.
Savage.
Lightning! I'll do whatever it takes. I'll finish this focus and keep Sarah safe.
Okay,
That's my promise.
is he missing the part where when he finishes the focus, he becomes a rock too?
Well, but you don't understand. He's not going to become a rock
Because he's special.
He said that he
He
wouldn't.
thinks he's special.
Yeah, he has main character syndrome,
Stay out of trouble.
and he thinks that he's too cool to have the bad thing happen to him. But everyone else is like, this guy's got like a garbage bag on his head. I don't really know if I could trust someone like that. He's probably got like a bald spot under there.
He's probably like hiding something, you know. What are you compensating for?
This fucking kid in his white Doc Martens and his yellow fucking cardigan over here.
Straight out of Kingdom Hearts.
Save it for next time.
These are without a doubt surely Nomura characters, and you definitely can tell just by looking at them.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they
like
should be.
the characters though.
Oh, they're fantastic. All of his
good.
character designs are amazing.
I'll take care of you.
But again, you could just tell. There's no mystery about it.
I think the thing you can say about 13 that's sort of the negative of the stylistic choices they made, I think 13 feels much less like it has a distinct style.
Yeah, because this is when they're starting to move towards like realism as like a basis, and then like the weird anime things are on top of that.
Yeah, it's that, but it's also just like the enemy designs and stuff at the start are
Mm.
I'll get you out.
like they don't have a unifying color scheme for a lot of it.
That's fair.
It's like I don't know if that's
I-
actually a negative, but I think it just looks less cohesive.
Yeah, I mean, it's like also a lot of them are a lot more complicated and just like detail intense too.
Mhm.
Oh yes, Saw's in the party. He's
My
pretty good.
boy.
Happy about leaving the kid on his own.
He
But we really are just leaving him here. How good.
yeah, he said he'd stay. Fuck him.
Like nobody's actually gonna attempt to make him go. He'll be a little whiny boy over there. Wow, he actually is even here.
Yeah.
Can I tell him he's a loser? Like,
You already punched him in the face 3 times. I think you got the message.
Brett, get used to me doing this shit after every boss.
No, I did too. Because yeah, even now I don't know when the next save point's gonna be, so I'd rather not do that again.
And this is not even a JRPG habit, this is a Souls-like habit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I like how like Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, they just drop a bonfire right after every boss. Because
most of Dark Souls does too, but there's 1 or 2 times where they don't, and they'll get you.
Oh yeah, yeah. And those ruined it all. So now I never trust it.
We shouldn't have left him on his own.
Nah, Vanille, I think he's good.
He's just hanging out over there.
So all we can do is pray he makes it.
I mean, you also got to realize too, these people all just like met each other today, so they don't really, they don't have to care, I guess.
Yeah, they don't need to. He wants to go off getting himself killed. That's his choice.
Oh, the juggle. Okay, so if you were to, because I guess it's Saz has something on him right now, which I guess might be worth going into his Crystarium if he's not been leveled. But when enemies get thrown to the air like that first guy did, if somebody is a physical attacker and attacks them while they're midair, they get juggled and can't do anything until their stagger bar empties or they fall and hit the ground. So fun. It's like for certain like mid-boss enemies and bosses that can be staggered, it just becomes like a game of keep it up, which is when the ATB timing comes in really handy, and it is so satisfying to just like finally get the drop on like a giant horrifying glowing blue guy and just like make it so he can't do anything for the entire second half of the fight. It feels so good.
Starting point. Man, I do love me a sphere grid.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube not really good enough for me to do anything with, so I'm gonna leave it. I see more dogs to fight.
Strange fluid.
Man, I love the triple front flip into the camera not even catching up before a fight starts. It was
good.
Really good.
That was anime as fuck.
Oh yeah. This combat does look good. I mean, I was talking about this when Wyatt was watching me play, but this reminds me of how it's not even like a remotely similar combat system, but how Like a Dragon's turn-based systems work.
Where
you'll
just
like
how like the
active movement
animation
going
flow
on and stuff, and it actually like, looks good while it's happening.
Yeah, and guys aren't just like standing across from each other, like doing fighting game poses up and down at each other.
Things down there.
No, but you don't understand, this game's so linear. What do you mean there's 2 paths you can go? This game's so linear, Ryan. It's too linear.
Look, that complaint is always... I don't really know what to say the entire time, because I think they're right that it's linear and that you go from A to B, but that's most games that aren't open world.
Yeah.
And, like, I would say I generally like that style.
Yeah, this is a game where it doesn't feel like past the first area for sure, because they're very handholdy, too much, I would say. But like, I don't know. how streamlined everything is kind of feels like pretty good in this game to me.
Boy's gonna get the magic stuff because he had spells.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saz is really good, especially when you get to play as him for just like straight DPS. Because his pistols, you can do some wacky like animation tricks with them, and they're not. It's not even like hard. It's just like doing like the same like attack in a row or whatever. Just puts out more damage than everybody else because he has 2 weapons instead of 1. It's like that baby doo-doo easy, but he's really good for that. And the ability you got for him, Flame Strike, is just it's fire magic, but it's a physical attack. So good for strength users instead of Vanille.
Just, I assume means all the magic stuff I just gave him. Probably not the best.
For right now, it doesn't really matter just because he doesn't have a lot of levels in anything. But later on, I think he favors more physical.
I mean, the pistols would imply that.
But he does get some other stuff that's magic, but it's like buffs and debuffs, so that doesn't really. It's not like it does not translate to instant damage like a regular attack would.
Yeah. So I will say, Brett, there is one secondary thing that is gonna continue gnawing at my mind, and that I haven't played much, if any, of 13.2, but I do know the protagonist of 13.2.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we get there. I'm curious.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's I still haven't gotten too far into 13.2 myself, even though I really want to finish it. I just need to be not in the middle of other things. There's certain other things about that game's story pitch where I'm like, huh, okay, this wasn't planned, but it's interesting, so we'll see what happens. It does kind of feel like a horrible thing to relate anything to, but it does kind of feel like the new Star Wars movies in that regard. But yeah, it's interesting.
You'll never get past this if you don't say something.
Words won't change anything. Next time we meet, he'll learn exactly how I feel.
What does that
mean?
Hope?
Hope wants to beat the shit out of Snow because he blames him for killing his mom.
Well, to be fair, I would blame him too.
Exactly. I do blame him a little bit, to be honest.
Okay, this is the correct way, which means I gotta go the other way first. Or is this thing the correct way?
Looks operational.
Absolutely perfect.
Revolution.
But that was the solution.
This is what gaming will be in 2050, dude. They're so ahead of their time, you can't even believe it.
The true destructible ice blocks.
I'm genuinely trying to think of another part of the game where that shows up, but I don't. I don't think anything like that shows up almost ever again. That is kind of what it feels like, just going off the top of my head.
And I love his little bouncy footwork.
Mm-hmm.
Man's having a good time. Give me my loot. I don't know what those do.
Yeah, just wait till you get to weapon. It's not like crafting, but leveling up using crafting materials, so I guess.
Weapon crystallizing or something similar to that.
Oh, the preemptive strike. hitting every single enemy in a row for
Every
full
one of
stagger
these, like,
damage.
30
Every single
enemies.
one of them. Go crazy. They're all ready to be staggered now. Hell yeah. It's so satisfying. It's really like dumb, but it's pretty fun.
Look at me, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm. I remember purposefully going out of my way to get preemptive attacks on big groups of enemies just to see just how many like there's no way they would actually hit all 10 of these guys in an animation, right? And no, he does no matter what.
It is absolutely how it do.
Fucking awesome.
Come on, little
And
fish thing.
I forget if they I forget if / when they tell you this, but you do know that Ravagers build up stagger and commandos are the ones that keep it at the percent set, right?
Ah. I was
Okay,
wondering what the
well, now
difference
you
in those
do.
things were.
Yeah, so it's it's good to have 2 Ravagers and 1 Commando because the Commando will do the job of just like keeping it at a high percent while the Ravagers ATB builds back up. But when the Ravagers can attack again, they build up the stagger bar more than any other class.
Save me. Still love this little Sword Art Online menu.
Mm-hmm.
How dot hack of them.
Yep. It's pretty cool. Whoa.
Have to hit right bumper.
Yeah, so now Vanille and Saz will know what this alpha behemoth Kanosuke Takeshita is weak to. Which Don Callis would say is
always
nothing.
gonna end up calling these Kanosuke Takeshita now.
Good,
That's,
good.
That's a permanent thing.
I'm glad. So that's why you gotta get your 5 stars.
Magical attacks are ineffectual. How fun.
Other than firing water, but don't forget, Stas has a fire physical attack which he should be using when he does something at least.
I'm curious. Now it did say,
Flame Strike.
once I've Libra, auto battle chooses the best option 100% of the time. Which I will want to put to the test when I have more things to press.
Yeah.
But
Charging power 50%.
give me charging power something else percent. Is that gonna happen, bud?
Well, your job is to not let it. 90%. Oh, you're so good. Yeah.
Get healed back up and then capitalize.
Gaming.
Give me that claw.
R.I.P. Kanosuke Takeshita.
Don Callis did you wrong. Does that make lightning Don Callis in this context? Is that the metaphor?
Maybe, I guess.
Who's Jay White getting beaten up by Billy Gunn?
Is Lightning the Will Ospreay of Final Fantasy XIII?
Who
Is Will Ospreay
Billy
the Dark
Gunn?
Souls of pro wrestling?
Absolutely nonsensical. This is already
It does not even make any sense anymore at all.
I wanted to look at the pretty colors. They took them from me. Alright, that's just a Xenoblade thing.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that, doesn't it? I don't know, like, any of the art staff, other than Nomura on this game, so I don't know if there is, like, interesting overlap.
So do I.
But I wouldn't put
I
it
imagine
past
there
it,
has
to
to
be
be a
honest.
mechanical designer.
For sure, for sure.
Damn it. Just cause they shared a neighborhood with a foul sea.
Let me actually look into that real quick.
Tainted rats.
You're gonna have to play Xenoblade at some point, Brett.
I know, I really... One
You
of
like
the many
Gears,
things on my list.
More like
Yeah, Xenogears is one of my favorite RPGs that I've played.
all scared of
Xenosaga I did not like at all, but I had more people go up to bat for Xenoblade, so I have more faith in that being good.
the sea like us were around.
But they purged that entire town.
It's crazy.
I'll
I
say the
know.
first and third Xenoblade games are near my favorite JRPGs, if not my favorite. 3 might be the top now.
Up until now, Eden's always stepped in.
Actually, I think Rebirth just shot itself to the top, but it's up
Damn, wow.
Yeah, Rebirth might have thrown itself right to the top of the ring.
Figured they'd let us
Wow.
just kill each other off.
The sea are not human.
Listen, you, that's enough.
I love staring at the pixel glove.
I'm telling you, dude, Halo 3 hands, it's exactly what they are.
We're still alive. That's something.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first time you mentioned that Fire Emblem Awakening, I think it was. There's no feet because I think they ran out of
What?
polygons.
What?
So every character has pegs for feet.
Signalis? No way!
It literally is like this announced like this. I don't think it's intentional.
Sealing off the air.
I'll have to find
That is
pictures
so
of it because it's
fucking
really
weird.
funny because they're completely
hell?
like normally proportioned aside from that.
I did not know that at all.
Yeah, you can look up the Fire Emblem Awakening feat and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I think, assuming I'm right about it being Awakening, it could be one of the other entries.
Oh my god, you're right!
Yeah, it was Awakening.
What on earth?
Like a serious art styled game that looks really good for being a 3DS game, and this is no
And they
feet,
just have little, what the heck?
little pegs.
I mean, it's kind of like cute, but the rest of the style doesn't complement it at all.
It's demonic.
That's so fucking silly. What the hell?
Remember to actually hit my select target button, or else nothing.
You have to remember Fates was the first Fire Emblem game on 3DS to add feet. Is what someone said. That is amazing. I can't believe Cameron hasn't said anything about this to me ever.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know that, because
That's
that to me is the
awesome.
thing I remember most about Awakening.
But I've never played a Fire Emblem game before. I had no idea.
is the Nightmare feat. It's the
Okay,
first
now-
thing I thought
now-
of with Sonalis.
Now I'm getting far enough down where I'm getting images that I would have assumed to get when searching Fire Emblem Awakening feet. So we're gonna
Yeah,
stop
now you're
that
getting
right
the
now.
proper. You've delved into the fan art realm.
Oh my god.
Since we have gone into, I finally found a good Gundam store nearby that has a proper selection of Gundams, and they carry a lot of the Japan only, like other lines of stuff. They have the 30-minute mini or 30-minute gold line and whatnot, which I think is supposed to come out as Army Corps models at some point.
Yeah, they got Rusty and 621 coming out.
Yeah, which I want to grab those when those go live if they
For
end
sure.
up getting copies of them. But they also have, what I learned is SD Gundam has like a Heroes line that is Dynasty Warriors themed.
Yes. That's oh god.
I've never had an interest in Dynasty
Senshi,
Warriors
is it?
things. Yeah, it's SD is Super World something.
Something like that.
I have the boxes nearby because I picked up like 4 of them because they're dirt cheap. They're like $5-6
Oh yeah.
a pop, but they're pretty cool, honestly, because they're interesting builds. I've never picked up an SD Gundam before that, but they're a fun set of builds.
I really like the thought process behind them because all of them are just like, oh, it's the Zeta Gundam, but now it has a bunch of like chrome gold samurai stuff on it, and so they always have like
is based off of the Cubili or the Kshatriya.
Yeah, they all have
Kshatriya
like
pads.
Like they're all based in a design that already exists, and they squish it down and add a bunch of cool stuff on top of it, which is very fun to me.
Yeah, I got Lubu and Diochan, which are fun because I didn't know this when I got them, but apparently they can combine in Voltron.
Yes.
So
it's awesome.
Build
so that's been a thing for like at least 2 decades, maybe more, maybe a little bit less. But that's just like a corner of the Gunpla building community, is just people love those things. Because again, they're like just super cheap, and
they're
look
small,
fun
they
when
look
they're
good.
done. Yeah. In Build Fighters, one of the seasons, one of the characters uses an SD Gundam with a bunch of like the chrome gold parts that she made, and it does indeed Voltron combine with all the normal regular high grades that everybody else is using. And you could do that with the kit, and it looks really kind of silly, but it's very cool that you can do that. So I like that they adapted that into a self-referential show.
Give me my
Oh,
loot.
he's going for the secret orb. You gotta get that paraffin oil, dude.
Yeah, my loot radar is on point.
Mm-hmm.
You better, we're leaving you behind too.
No.
Even if you're best boy. Or at this point, only good boy.
Yeah, old enough to be voice of reason. Yeah, isn't Saz so funny? He's only comedic, and nothing about him is capable of being taken seriously. Isn't that crazy? How he's only funny and nothing else. Did I send that to you at all, or did you see that post?
I don't think so.
Not post. There was I need to find this article because it is embarrassing for whatever quote unquote games journalist posted this. Was definitely looking for engagement bait. Let me. I have to scroll down too far, I think, because I replied to it because I was mad enough, and I think this guy is extremely stupid. If I can't find it, then I will just talk about it anyway. It's gotta be here somewhere. Unless it got deleted. Which would make sense because everybody
was a
was
silly
pretty
post.
mad. Basically, someone from like oh yeah, they deleted the post. But I did find what I said. It was from Dual Shockers. And the article.
Oh, of course it was a Dual Shockers article.
Yeah. The article was Final Fantasy needs characters of color that aren't purely comic relief.
Oh, I remember this, but it wasn't about... The bit I remember was not about Saz, probably because I haven't played the game Saz was in, but he mentioned Barrett, too.
Yes, because
that drove me up the wall.
Yeah, because I haven't played Rebirth myself because it's not something I can play, but I've been watching Wrestle Ryan play a good chunk of it, and even without having played Rebirth, from what I've played of Remake, like Barrett is a fantastic character with like
Barrett
a lot of
might
depth.
be my favorite character after
He's a lot
Rebirth.
of people's favorites.
Like,
yeah. Like because Rebirth especially covers parts in 7 that are like really, really, really important for his character, and they do them like crazy justice.
Yeah, there's a lot of Rebirth, and I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't played it yet. It's watching, but it focuses a lot on the party members, and everyone kind of gets their own chapter of stuff to do. and it works really well. Like, it made Red 13 a much better character in my eyes, and Barrett especially.
You're gonna complete your
Just like
focus?
being someone that hasn't played the original fully through.
Maybe. If I knew what it was.
Mhm.
I probably don't want
But yeah,
to know.
Barrett was the thumbnail banner image for that, but they just said Final Fantasy as a whole. Doubt this person even knows Final Fantasy 13 exists, let alone has played it. But
You know what?
yeah, he did just say all colored characters are just comic relief in Final Fantasy games currently, and that just makes me think. If you think that, I think you have more important internal problems to take care of than these characters seemingly being only funny, because Stars have not done anything funny yet.
The only funny thing
And
is
if you-
that he's a little chocobo chick.
Yeah, he's got a little bird in his head, and that's, you know what? That's
The bird
fine.
does a little dance. I argue that's not even him being funny, that's the bird being funny.
No, yeah. If anything, they probably were like, yeah, we gotta give him something a little bit silly, because otherwise he'll just be, like, too serious. Especially with what ends up happening later when they, like, go into his backstory specifically. I could definitely imagine someone on the team being like, we gotta give this guy a little something so that he's not just all, like,
So
sad.
that's a lot of why Barrett is like that in the first part of the game, because it's, you know, it's a mask to not deal with the other stuff, right?
Yeah. Like, every other character in Final Fantasy VII, because that's the theme or something.
Yeah, that's the whole theme for the whole game, is everyone's
But if you lack reading comprehension...
wearing their little persona masks and going...
Yep.
Wow, 30 gil. Feels so bad.
Wow, we're rich!
When are we going to find Luke's lightsaber?
True. That would have been a cute Easter egg to throw in, especially for how many Star Wars lovers there are on Final Fantasy dev teams.
Oh, of course. I mean, Final Fantasy XII is literally Star Wars.
It's Final Fantasy 12.
Not to
Maybe,
say it's a bad thing. Like, I think it is great, but it is the plot of Star Wars.
It is just Star Wars. I wonder, maybe they blew their Star Wars on 12, and when it got to 13, they didn't have any left.
Like, staircases have traumatized me in every Final Fantasy game. At the top of the staircase, there can never be anything good.
I think I recognize it from somewhere.
Yep. Konosuke
It's just
Keshta's
another
back.
Konosuke Keshta.
Keep the Libra, I do.
Yes. If it's an enemy you've Libra'd before, it will stay Libra'd until the end of the game. But this is a JRPG, so color swaps are there to
Hell
throw you
yeah,
off.
that's my favorite type of enemy.
Yeah, they're especially for behemoths, because there are just a ton of different kinds of behemoths in this game.
Gotta get the shifting rhythm now. The game actually tells me what buttons to press to do things.
I can't believe that they didn't show up before. That is crazy to me.
There we go.
Nice.
Toasted.
Absolutely toasted. Free healing after every single battle too.
Yeah, this is actually loosely reminding me of Sea of Stars and Chained Echoes. Being a little bit more generous with things like that.
Which again, this game is like 2007, right? It just feel like certain parts of this game feel like the most streamlined an RPG could possibly be.
Well, it's interesting because I'm coming off of having just played Rebirth. They both have very different methods of approaching things. Like Rebirth is very much not a you heal after everything type of game.
Yeah.
It's an endurance one Which I think is very cool that they play this differently.
Yeah. There's probably a lot of repeat staff that works on both, which is crazy that they can go so far in either direction, to be honest. Their massive dev teams in this game in particular had like a horrible development cycle, but still.
Just stay out of my way.
But not accidentally hit the bumpers.
Yeah.
Definitely help.
Stay sharp.
I love that little
tiny
scream.
ass scream, yeah.
Oh, good.
You fade in the background.
Man got obliterated. Oh, I have to look in the corner because you're gonna do this and hide a little ball there.
Yeah, yeah.
I do got a question, Brett. Is there any significance to them being balls?
No. Actually, no. They're just orbs.
I'm gonna take that to mean Tetsuya Nomura likes orbs. I don't even know what his role in this game was.
I think it might have been just character designer. And that's it. But he could also have been orb designer. And,
People do what most people do
would
with Final
argue
Fantasy VII and attribute everything to
everything
him.
to him. And it will become such common assumption that it will just become knowledge, even though that's not the truth at all.
Okay. Not kill lightning immediately, please. Wow.
Well, oh god.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ. That was fast. Yeah, I hate these guys. The big guys really. They are definitely a test.
I don't think that was a test spread. That
Very
was
annoying one.
2 seconds. Although at least it does respawn you at the whole fight. He's already half health, so we're gonna resolve that situation. Tell me your secrets.
He has none.
The secret that he's resistant to physical damage.
Stay sharp.
Which is good to know, because that's what I default to for everything. If I can't solve a problem by hit it with sword, it's not a problem worth solving. Perfect.
Good shit.
Wow, 3
Damn,
stars.
3? Man.
I feel cheated.
Yeah,
Bastard.
I guess you got to be really tight on the timing for that.
The order.
Okay, this guy's got orbs on the brain. He knows exactly what to look for. One of the
I mean, I do. I work on level design now.
Yeah, that is true. If anybody's gonna start assuming where that shit is, it's gonna be you. But one of the interesting things for speedrunning for this game is there are parts where you there's like built-in, because normally you can do some like not animation canceling, but like item usage canceling and refreshing, because there's an item you can use on the overworld that makes you invisible to enemies, and so usually speedrunners won't fight that many regular enemies, but there are parts where they do, and to make them drop more stuff in a speedrun, they will deliberately play slower and purposefully worse in battles so that they get a low rating. So the game thinks that they're doing a bad job and need and that they need items for extra health.
So it tries to do the like Resident Evil dynamic difficulty thing.
Exactly. So speedrunners will purposefully get like 1 stars or no stars on certain battles just to have a higher chance at getting items from them. Which I think it's just super weird because you think like, oh yeah, they got to be at the top of our game playing crazy fast all the time, but nope, it's just one case. They will purposely be a little bad, not bad enough to ruin the run, obviously.
Stay sharp.
I didn't test the auto battle. I should have checked if auto battle would use ruin or not.
Excuse me? Yeah.
Excuse me? What the?
Yeah, it was faster than the last time. What the heck? Damn.
I'm just doing speedrun strats. That's all it is. I'm just going
true.
for the speedrun strats.
I don't think they even dropped anything either. Immediately disproven. Oh, you probably have a shitload of Crystarium points too.
How can lightning resist the lightning? That's
what?
Give lightning resistance because I can't resist the joke. And
of course.
We give you the power wristband.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Hope gets whatever's left. Neil.
He's probably good to have the Magician's Mark, because he will default to having higher magic. Oh yeah, 529, jeez.
Crystal points. Siphon. Power chain.
Nice. Oh, it's just a higher attack if their cage is empty. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these early game stuff, especially, I forget what they do because they're so hyper specific and it's been so long.
Level up your medic. Villager. Got going on, Saz. Arrow. Not the bow kind. Hope I don't think you've done anything yet, so...
Not yet. Yeah, Synergist is your buffer. And there's another class that's entirely devoted to debuffing.
Perfect. I would have it no other way.
Yeah, listen, when you get like haste on all the homies and the enemies are slowed and you got the buff that makes you deal more stagger damage and the debuff that makes enemies take more stagger damage and all the shit's stacked on top of each other and they're poisoned and you're switching between paradigms and stuff, it is so satisfying. Number gets so big you wouldn't even believe.
See, so nothing here has led me to believe what you told me, Brett.
Yeah, it's worded really weirdly.
Build a check,
it's kind of
more easily.
Yeah, it's because especially if you don't notice that happening, it's like, why is this guy dying so slowly? What the heck is happening? This is very strange.
full aggro. Try disaster.
Yeah.
There we go.
I do like how they all have names, so you don't feel stupid for making any of them, because if the devs gave them a name, they have to have some kind of use, right?
Put all of them on there. We got enough space.
Yeah. And you're, like, I think it's kind of a blessing that they only give you however many slots for those, because you're kind of expected to, like, make new ones and switch them out all the time. So, like, having a big long list of every possible one is not really...
If you're swapping every like couple seconds in combat, you're not gonna want to go through a list that long.
Yeah.
Give me the ball.
Especially when like between certain story beats, like characters, like required characters will like switch up and stuff. So there's, better to just have a small little baby list that you have to keep tending to.
Found our save. I probably shouldn't just be creating new save data every time, but I don't know why not. So.
Yeah, I don't know how much those take up. 26, but yeah, you're good. You're probably good.
You sure I shouldn't get like 50 more? Like...
You actually don't do that. Gale is legitimately really hard to come by in this game because I don't think you get any from battles unless you like deliberately steal it.
Means we're gonna pull thief cheese.
I did not experiment with whatever thief equivalent there is at all when I played, so that'll be interesting to see. I want to say it's like maybe it's like a fang thing. I don't remember.
Why don't we just loop around and make...
This is the bounce around spot. Look, I didn't check the other corner.
Just interrupted, so this is really funny.
Look, if you wanted to speak Saz, you should have waited until after.
And listen, orbs come first, Saz. You are secondary, you silly boy.
I'm tougher than you thought, huh?
Uh-huh.
Thanks, Viniel. I hope you and your fishing rod are having a good time. Okay, excuse me? What was that? This an FF12 judge? What's happening?
Yeah, he does look like that, doesn't he?
What's your deal? Okay, you just take half damage from everything I do. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're doing the right thing too. I'm pretty sure switching spells between two elements makes the combo do more damage.
Yeah, it seems like it.
As long as it's like not like strong against one or whatever, but for this guy it doesn't matter.
Okay, I see what you mean. So the commando is doing that orange bar thing. It keeps it from defeating.
Yes. And the Ravagers are doing the little red bar. That's like the actual maximum where the stagger is. And I think the more they hit something, the slower it'll go down too. It's either them or the... No, I think it's the commando, because the more lightning hits it, the slower it depletes. But the whole game is built around that system. It's very, very interesting. It's not really something that's been copied at all, which is a damn shame.
Like an Infinity Blade enemy.
Yeah, he looks like that too.
Wow, rude. Reddit chat.
So mean. Rude.
Well, that's a character from Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I get it.
Am I just going so far away from where I need to be? Oh, it's the long route.
No, but
Okay.
this is a linear game, so there's only one path, and not anything like a shortcut at all.
Yeah, but why
Did
would I
you
take
ever-
a shortcut when I want experience?
Do you ever realize that maybe sometimes people say something and they only say it because they have no fucking clue what they're talking about and actually
I think they're just
play the
paranoid.
game?
I think there's a lot of valid criticisms of this game, and being
Oh, for
linear,
sure.
like compared to something like, I don't know, God of War, Uncharted, sure, but at the same time, it's a JRPG about going from point A to B. I'm entirely
Yeah.
sure what you're expecting.
And don't forget, in this very same game, there is an open world. In like chapter 10 or something, you get the open world, and it stays that way for the rest of the game. That you can keep going back to it and doing side stuff. So it has both. It's just I don't think people stuck with it for that long because, they'd rather be playing the completely open and just wide open with so many different side pathways and quests that is Final Fantasy X.
To be fair, Final Fantasy X rocks, and I won't take any slander about it or
Well,
the
I'm
last
just
game.
saying, it's more of a hallway than this game could ever hope to be.
Just stay out of my way.
Oh, rip
The
sus.
save just died.
He got dogged.
Get back up. I really need to start focus attacking the Rangers, because they're a problem.
Yeah. They're really squishy, but they could be super annoying if you don't do anything about them. And that's why you only got 3 stars.
How rude. Double checking them going the right way. Yeah, I think my biggest gripe so far, camera. This camera is one of the worst things I've ever used.
It feels like they didn't have a game with a camera in it before, and this is their first time, which is not. So I don't know why it feels like that.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna say,
very-
like, 12 had full camera controls and everything that felt better than this.
And it's not even like it's something that feels better on like a 360 controller with that specific like analog. Like, no,
I'm using a 360
No.
controller.
I was gonna compare it to the Lost Odyssey as a movable camera on more stationary backgrounds, but you can still move it around. It does not feel like that, and that is also a 360 game, so it's very weird.
Check the side path.
At least, like, could you imagine if this was like an action game with a camera like this? Like, thank God it's just for traversing and not like combat. That would be horrible.
To be fair, that's kind of Dragon's Dogma a little bit. Their camera's better than this, but not by a ton. And that's probably the worst thing in that game too. Much as I love Dragon's Dogma, the camera is not great. Especially in enclosed spaces, it just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I feel like that is a very PS2/PS3 thing.
And I love the jumping off of a high place and then a fight starting before it even pans down.
Making a leap of faith, basically.
How good. Immediately, lightning is half health, so... Danger. actors, work our way from least important to most important.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Just try to absorb the big boy damage.
And Vanille half health, that's fine.
Cheap ticket.
We'll leave her there for a little while. Like your child getting lost at the mall.
Finally, she's gone. Let's just leave her there for a bit.
I don't know where I was going with that one.
That implied something truly evil. Not the mana drive. Oh. Right before he was about to activate it, nice.
Get wrecked, my guy.
Hell yeah.
I swear.
No!
I swear I'm gonna get you.
Damn. So close.
You gotta stop worrying, Sass.
That's my entire point in life. Who cares about the story, characters, gameplay? Just loot.
Just loot. Oh. Speak of the devil.
Scopes. Phoenix down. I wonder if there's going to be a boss fight. So they got a good skybox here. I think Square Enix is
really
the last people that does these intricate skyboxes.
Mm-hmm.
Stay close.
I want to look around.
Man.
Yep.
Man. Yep. What a choice.
This game especially, this cast of characters in particular, is definitely... They joined the war on autism on the side of autism, is all I'll say. And it's wonderful. I love these goobers so much. And they're so fucking
They're all
weird.
very special in their own ways.
Yes. Vanilla
we
especially.
love them for it.
Like, legitimately, it feels like a Camille from Zeta Gundam thing, where, like, for her at least, it genuinely feels like they meant it because of just certain character quirks she has. And I find it genuinely charming.
And
Bird weak to wind moment.
good, because Sage, I think, has wind.
I think Camille does too, so that works. Oh yeah, big damage. Holy fuck.
Get deleted.
He's got a shark mouth on its butt.
Not the butt mouth.
What are you talking about? Charge it for what?
I love that this is supposed to be Garuda.
Yeah. It's such a weird design.
If I could target them, I would say this is why I have to destroy the little things on the side of the arena. But I can't target them, so I guess not.
They're just very convenient set dressing.
Stay sharp.
That shifting in. Throw the arrows out.
So satisfying. There we go.
Big damage slams.
Mm-hmm. And even without the juggling, because I don't think you can juggle airborne enemies, period. But when they're staggered, they get stunned. So like if you have it how it's about to be right now, or like everybody attacked in perfect succession, you just didn't even give them a chance to do anything.
I still had half of a full stagger ball too.
Yeah.
Stagger bar.
And Saz now has buffs, and Vanille has debuffs. So get that poison ASAP.
Check it out!
Come on, hop to it. Let's go.
I love that the walk cycle they made for Vanille has the arms wide. Like
The happy-go-luckiest, just flailing, spaghetti-armed idiot you've ever
not
seen
even
in your
like
life.
it's like the anime Airhead.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I love the potato resolution on that thing.
Yep.
Looks glorious.
Beautiful.
This'll make things
See, I made an active choice when I was installing the
going
like
on, look.
the 4 GB
missing an
thing fix and a few other things. I was like, should I put the textures in? Because they don't take up that much
You shouldn't
space.
get your hopes
And then I looked at the side by side and I was like, this doesn't really seem like it makes a difference.
Yeah. For the things that like are important, they're just gonna look good still, and I guess there are just certain things that are potato. But for most things, it won't make too much of a noticeable difference. And I think that's a chapter,
That
if I remember
is
correctly. If not, it's about to be one.
the only way is up.
Ah, okay.
Ah.
This
back
is
to
what
the
I've been waiting for.
You've made no progress.
I know.
It goes back to it.
I'm almost there, guys. Come on.
Not even like I'm gonna hide behind Sarah or anything like that.
Clean up. Let me help.
I love that you can't even see what happened.
Listen, he threw it
They
so
clearly
fast,
didn't
you
want to
couldn't
show
even
someone
tell.
getting impaled.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? You can auto battle, my guy. I don't care if you're the one doing it. I can see it's going to be one of these fights. I'm just going to choose not to expend any resources here and see if this works.
You are making the correct decision.
Here, we'll mix it up a little bit. Go Sentinel. Wow, okay. Sentinel does nothing?
Yeah. For when you're alone, especially, yeah, you can't even attack right now.
How fun and funky.
Yeah, for specific use cases, it's good, and even in those specific cases, Fang ends up being better. Just because of stats and abilities that she gets that Snow doesn't. But Snow is the first one to get the funny blue light.
The funny blue crystal power. Here, feel thank. Oh, I remember this.
Yep. But unfortunately, you have to earn it.
He gets his little persona.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello. Godspeed.
Eidolon battle. Oh, I love this Gestalt meter.
Yep, they don't have health. They only have Gestalt. And you have a limited amount of time to beat them. But you like Final Fantasy XIV, right? So this should just be a fun new mechanic for you.
Fun. What does this have to do with Final Fantasy XIV?
It's like a funny little rain mechanic idea.
Offensive. So is this telling me to just steel guard the whole time?
Not exactly. So, yeah, you have that amount of time to do the fight or you die, and you have to do it. So this is what I mean by fights you're being locked into. And they don't have health. So you have to do something that will charge up their Gestalt meter. And using... Oh, look at that. You just defended all that shit. So now you got a big old chunk of purple. So from watching her animation, while the other one keeps you alive because they really want you to learn how to do this, you gotta pick the right times to guard and the right times to attack.
Huh.
And that will make them happy enough to win the fight.
What a fun and funky way to do this.
And you get more of a hint on that if you use Libra. I don't know what exactly it says, but I just because to make sure we had some extra assistance and make sure that I actually knew what the fuck I was talking about when we got here, I did pull up a little game facts thing, and it says on the default PC port there's a bug that will not display the notes section when you open the labor menu for this fight.
Well, I have the fix for that. So,
so I can't. And thank God you got here
so
now and not before.
Doesn't matter. There's a ... there.
Yeah.
And yields those who mass pain notices, which is Quencher? Yes.
So yeah, it's just it's a very complicated dance of attacking and then defending at the right time for this fight. Yeah, so if you had defended that one especially, that's when she would get a lot of Gestalt for that. And I think you're just shooting for the G. You don't have to actually fill up the whole word.
This is very interesting and extremely funky.
Like really obtuse, right? It's super weird. Oh, so close. Just a little tiny bit late. Yeah, certain ones, because every single one of these is a gimmick fight, and they're all different, and some of them are very frustrating. Ooh, nice. Oh my god, this is gonna be down to the wire.
What is that? Okay.
Oh, so close! Oh my god!
Do the funky thing.
Good shit. Yup. You did it first try.
Crystal power. I'm a real gamer.
And just like God intended, Shiva is a motorcycle in this game. Yeah.
It's not just a motorcycle, but Snow is sitting on like the locked legs of two Shivas.
It is not only a motorcycle. It is not only two bitches. It is two bitches that turn into a motorcycle, and Saz rides them into battle.
Snow rides them,
and then feels immense pain.
He's like, "Oh no, not the crystal power!"
No, I didn't know girls worked like that.
I got a hand taking him down, but don't gloat just yet. Might come a time you wish you'd let him end it, and made things easy.
Well, definitely not Lance of Longinus.
100%.
More of you, huh?
He's a l'Cie. Take him.
These are just Xenoblade Chronicles X characters. You can't lie to me like this.
They do look exactly like that.
Super, I think that game came out after this one by a pretty significant amount.
The chop to the mouth to knock a man out, jeez. Yeah, that took me a while, because they do a really bad job of explaining it.
I think, legitimately, if you had not prompted me with the, like, you have to do the fight the funky way,
yeah,
that would have taken an hour.
Yeah, it definitely did for me, because I had Bristle Ryan in my corner, and he was like, he had faith that I was smarter than I actually am. And so he was like, no, you're almost there, you're getting warmer, you just gotta maybe try this, and I'm just like getting progressively like more frustrated, like why isn't anything working, what the fuck? It's I don't know. It
just reminds me of Remake and Rebirth have a couple of gimmick fights like that, but they're, I think, a little bit easier to pick up on. Though there is one fight that is literally like if you attack at any point except the point when you're supposed to attack, you just get dome shotted by a dude with a dog.
The Final Fantasy.
That fight is
classic.
Really something.
I love how weird all the ships are in this game. They don't make any sense.
Yeah, they're not
like,
normal.
They look like they're almost like not even like based off of anything. Like you're supposed to the quote unquote thing you're supposed to do when you're designing a ship
like
is to base it off of a fish or a bird.
Yeah.
But they're so strange. I don't know what the hell happened, but it's really cool. It doesn't look like anything else.
I said stop! You wanna die? How are you gonna lose him?
I just love these doofy pre-rendered cutscenes.
Yeah. They're very of their time with how they're like choreographed and directed. And of course how they look, but
the endless expanse of clouds.
Cloud stripes everywhere.
What if they were gray and there was a little bit of lightning?
Or perhaps if it got any stormier, it might even snow.
You know what? If this game doesn't have Blitzball, I'm gonna be upset. It needs a Blitzball.
You're gonna be very angry. Dude, I think, legitimately, there's a single minigame in this entire game, and it makes me so happy.
0 out of 10. You need a minigame for every point you're gonna get.
I need 10 minigames a chapter. I need 13 minigames a chapter, otherwise this game can't call itself Final Fantasy.
That's why Rebirth is like a 50 out of 10.
Because it has so many.
Moments ago, the Sanctum announced the successful conclusion of the Purge, along with the safe arrival of the Cocoon migrants to their new homes on Pole.
Good old safe arrival.
Yes, that is correct.
Ah, the Pope.
Hi, Pope.
The enormity of the strain the Purge placed on us all. But given the tens of millions of lives at stake,
you gonna summon Knights of the Round on me?
Primarch Daisley stood by the move, stressing the necessity of the relocation. When asked about the possibility of future purges,
man, those glasses are a choice.
Negative drip.
Weigh all options before making a decision.
Yeah, that's right. If it makes the Sanctum look bad, it never even happened.
This game needs active time lore, okay? This stuff sounds cool, but then I realize I don't know what half of it means, and I don't think they're gonna tell me.
They throw you in with the jargon like immediately for the whole like first part, and it does take a bit for it to set in. But at least for me, I think it's a lot less incomprehensible than people say it is. But I do agree that they just like front load a lot of the jargon without saying what any of it is, and you just kind of have to absorb it through context and also the Neil.
I mean, what do they teach kids these days? He's Gallant Daisley, the Sanctum Primarch. Murderer-in-Chief.
According to our Insta
Just
poll,
another
nearly
tool
90%
of the
of
foul
Cocoon
sea.
citizens agree with the Sanctum's handling of the purge. 70% of respondents said they would also support additional purges were the need to arise.
Additional purges.
Let's purge everybody. That'll fix it. Oh, hey,
I think that we just don't. I think the context I'm missing here is why they were bad in the first place. Because no point so far have they been shown to have been bad.
Well, because they're... Okay. The reason that they were bad in the first place is because they were doing the classic government purge people. It doesn't like or need, and especially Lassie, because if you're Lassie, you're branded a danger to everybody else around you, and government does not like that. So Lightning in the beginning, she knows that her sister is a Lassie. And so she knows, okay, they're going to be going after her to kill her, so that's why she goes to the beginning area to try to stop the purge and save her. And Snow is just Snow, and he hears about people getting killed, and he gets like a hero boner that he must do something, otherwise people will die, and he can't have that. So he was fighting against them for that with his little funny Final Fantasy X friends that he brought, if you remember those guys. And now, because they're all, let's see, everybody extra hates them, because they've been branded enemies of the state for reasons and things that I've been dodging around that you will find out in the game that I don't want to spoil.
Obviously don't spoil anything.
Yeah. Just trying to recap
so I know
more
like
explanation that the game would give you.
I know for a fact, I watched a retrospective of this entire franchise, and I remember maybe 3 things from it, and I think all of them are from Lightning Returns. Because I think Lightning Returns is the one that has a super wacky system.
Yeah. It's like
I don't remember what the story was, or even how it got gone over. I just remember the weird way that it worked.
Yeah, it has like a Majora's Mask ass fucking timer. Yeah, it makes me very nervous to play it when I get to it. But
honestly, I tend to like that type of stuff when it's in games, especially if it's like a not every game is doing it thing.
And that is true. It doesn't come around all the time, which is nice, but it does stress me out.
Like
so
every now and then, I can take a game doing that.
Yeah, because it has to be done well. Otherwise, I mean, I feel like that's a thing you could spot in development. If it's not going well, it's a big enough mechanic where you should probably cut it. Because probably really easy to make that work poorly.
Man, I'm beat. What? No break?
They're tracking us.
I know that, but we aren't soldiers. We don't have your kind of stamina.
You got enough to complain.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Forget it.
Yeah, see, without saying anything specific, Cloud is like all facade with his cool guy act, right? But
well,
Lightning is just an asshole.
Clouds is played as if everyone else is in on the joke, including him occasionally, but he acts too cool to realize it.
Yeah.
Lightning just does think she's too cool.
Yeah, like by now, I feel like there's like been enough time where you can realize that, okay, yeah, no, Lightning is just like this actually angry, and this is just how she's handling the situation. Cloud probably would have like dropped a cool one-liner by now that like bombs horribly, and then like Aerith would like giggle at how stupid it was.
There's some things that you just can't change. A kid like you would not understand.
Yeah, I'm a kid. I don't understand.
Well, I guess we can be fugitives together. Oh. You ready?
Ready!
Creature.
Man. What a jolly time they're having.
The dynamic duo.
Hell
and
yeah.
now you get to play as him.
Play as my boy. Alright. Get your crystals up to snuff.
I'll probably... What time is it?
Yeah, they were gonna get the crystals up and then save, and I'll call it there.
Yeah, that's fair. Because we got a pretty solid chunk. That was like a whole chapter.
Yeah, a whole 2 hours. Good. Where is this mystical poison?
Yeah, it should be in Saboteur somewhere. I don't know how long it is until you get it, but obviously you still gotta go through the previous stuff. And also Saboteur is just good to have points in because like debuffing like defense is like duh. That's always good no matter what. This game gets surprisingly like SMT levels of emphasis on debuffing, which is just crazy for me for a Final Fantasy game to feel like that.
It's very cool. I like the debuff spec, and I think it works really well when I'm not worried about MP. That tends to be when a like debuff and buff centered system starts to lose me, is when I also have to manage resources on top of that in a way that it's a little bit unclear of like, when am I benefiting enough from these things to make it worthwhile? And that can put me on the whole rant of like, I think the biggest issue with that stuff is just a lot of these games don't include any of the math. Like they don't tell you like this buffs attack by 50%.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I think is a big problem.
I can definitely agree with that to an extent. I think at least with like because I'm thinking of like SMT Nocturne specifically, just because that's the only mainline one I've played enough of, because I haven't gotten very far in 5 because I'm waiting for Vengeance. But that's what the whole game is like built around. There's press turn and that, so it feels very like, okay, I have to focus on these two things, otherwise I'm not going to get very far. But like, when do you actually use like other than like haste and protect sometimes, when do you use that stuff in a regular Final Fantasy game, like old school stuff? Like not very often. I don't know. I at least when I play, I find myself like clearing debuffs that enemies put on me because they're annoying more than I put debuffs on them.
I will say the one weird little blue line at the right is just part of the FMV. That's just there.
I didn't even realize until you pointed it out, goddamn.
Not super noticeable, it doesn't really bother me.
Fireworks, were you?
Some weird encoding going on.
Yeah, strange.
Sorry, Lieutenant. But I really don't think guard duty is my calling, sir.
Well, lucky for you, your shift just ended. Pack it up and go home.
But, sir...
SciComm found something in the vestige nearby. They don't want the Guardian Corps here stepping on their toes.
Alright, now we're throwing up vestiges while people look like they're playing blitzball fireworks.
The Gorge energy plant, and how it has the SciComm lads in a tizzy.
Yeah. More incident than accident. Something pulse-related.
You're taking tomorrow off?
Sir, for my birthday, sir. My sister.
Sir, for my birthday, sir.
There's just something about like such a hard ass like lightning thing. Yeah, I'm picking up for my birthday.
Lieutenant.
It's very silly and like a
Think of your sister and your
Cinderella sort of way. It's really stupid.
Keep your nose out of trouble.
Out of SciComm business, you mean?
Yeah. Nothing good'll come of it. Nothing but grief. Whoa, look at that one.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that one. Normal ass firework.
How right you were, Lieutenant. Just you?
For now, I guess. Should we wait?
They'll catch up, eventually.
It's also one of the few times in my experience, because I know Rebirth does it really well, but when party members split up and I don't immediately go, ugh.
Yeah, whenever a game can actually have good party member splits and like enforce them, I'm actually really happy with it. And Rebirth does a great job of allowing you to customize your party most of the time, but then giving you some times to like get used to certain combos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this game is good for that, because now you get to use Hope, who can buff you, obviously. But also story stuff is really, really, really good between both of these duos, which we'll find out, I suppose, next time.
Oh yeah. All right. Made it to chapter 4. I think that's a good point to end. And as a reminder, this entire thing is happening because Brett wanted me to play part of Final Fantasy 13-2 for the podcast, which means I, of course, need to play the entirety of 13 first.
Of course. And maybe we'll even do a Games Club episode on 13, because I really like it.
Because I'm sure we'll have a lot to say, and I also do own all of these games already because I picked them up somewhere on Steam, so of course I've got them ready to go. I don't know why I'm doing this again, but I guess that's what we're doing today. All right.
I double save all the time.
That's the end of the episode. See ya.